Hey, this is Fred Rambanis from the Bassmaster Tour with Akuma Fishing Tackle. You're watching Western Bass TV.
Hi folks, this is Don Iovino and you're watching Western Bass TV.
Well, good morning everybody. We're out here on New Hogan Reservoir the first week of September. We're going to try a little fall fishing. I'm John Chiarpotti. I run Bassin 1A guide service. It's nice that I get out to fish here, and this is a great lake for people to come to. It's located about 2 miles outside of Valley Springs. The lake's got stripers, smallmouth, spots, and big largemouth, and crossbreed mule bass. It's an awesome lake for fun fishing, and I hope we can show you some good action today. One thing we're going to be doing today, we're going to be throwing all Dobbins rods, the new rods that came out. We're going to be throwing Champion Series rods. I went with the Champion Series rods because I like my customers to be able to use a little more affordable rod. It's a great rod for the price, and we're going to go out here and see if we can catch some fish. We're sitting on a point right now. We're going to start out with topwater and give it a whack. Right now I'm starting out with a Zara Spook. That's my favorite bait. I kind of nicknamed the Spook Man because I'm addicted to this lure. I haven't been on the lake since June, so it's kind of like fishing Lake X in the Bassmaster series. We're out on a long tapering point. We're sitting in about 12 feet of water. And there's a lot of fish under the boat. See if we can get them to come up. The rod I'm using now is a 733 fast action rod that Gary designed for spooks, and I really like this rod. Throwing this bait on the gamma line. Just had a fish jump over here. Bullseye. I'm gonna go here with a little bigger bait. Try the old lunker punker. Got a large lunker punker here. Had it painted to look like a bass. This time of year, a lot of these bass are feeding on bass. You know, it's the fryer up there to 4 inches long, and they've produced enough food for themselves, so we'll see if we can get a big bite on this bait. I'm throwing it on a 766 flipping rod. Nice stout rod for this bait. 17-pound gamma line. Yeah, they're just loaded on the meter. We can't get them on top, we'll go down, but there's just tons of fish underneath us. Now I'm going to switch over to a crankbait, see if we can get some of these fish to bite. I'm using a Yozuri Ghost Bluegill. Again, bluegill are about this size that have spawned this year, and this bait imitates them perfect. See if we can get a reaction strike from some of these fish under the boat. before we have to go to a worm or something. Like I say, we're on a long tapering point. Beauty of this lake, it has a lot of rocks. Up near the shore, it has a lot of weeds. Most of the time, the largemouth are hanging up close to the bank in this lake. The spots and the smallmouth are usually more out on these points. If you get a strike from a largemouth, he'll usually be up close, and the other fish will be on the outside. Throwing a little heavy rod for this bait right here. I've got a Dobbins 805. For big crankbaits, it's a super stick. I can switch over to a big bait and I won't be outmatched. This rod is just perfect for it. It's a good rod for the Delta, Clear Lake, where you're chunking those big deep diving baits, and you have no fatigue with this rod at all. And it's a stud. It'll put the meat to them. I use this rod also. Oh, there's a fish. It's a little one. It's a giant. Well, here's our first bite. About a 4-inch spotted bass. So I was saying, this is a good rod for throwing those swim baits, river to sea type baits, bottom walkers, your bastric baits, where you don't need that real heavy rod. You can cast a mile with those baits on this thing. There's a good one on a fluke right there. Oh, there's a nice large Hogan largemouth. Seems like they're right on that weed line, Tone. I just kind of dead stick that spook and he clocked it. You expect to catch a lot of fish like this in this lake, along with the spots and the smallies. So let's get another one. It's a good 2-pounder. What I'm using here is a Dobbins 763 fast action rod. It's one that Gary says on the side is good for flukes, and it sure is. Wouldn't be a good rod for a big jig because it's a 3-power, but it's just right where it loads up nice when they take that fluke without spitting it. I'm using a smoking shad colored fluke. It's my favorite color because it looks like bait fish that are in this lake. I got a hook that's it's a mustad hook with a weight on it. I don't think you can buy them anymore, but a weighted jerk shad hook would work just as good. Largemouth right on the bank, about a pound. Whole trick worm. See if we can get a bigger one. Swimmer. Another little one. Keeper, but small one. This rod really works good for this light Texas rig fishing. I'm using an 1/8 ounce sinker and a bead, 2/0 hook, a Zoom trick worm, green pumpkin purple. Gives a good bluegill look. I'm throwing it on a Dobbins 702 extra fast, and it's good for shaky heads, light jigs, drop shotting even with this rod, but I like to use a real light action rod like this when I'm Texas rigging it away from cover, because you can really feel the bites real fast, and the fish are no problem landing with a rod like this. But it's a lot of fun. There's no fatigue. You can throw a billion cast. Any of these foothill lakes, it's fun to just throw them on this light action. I'm using 8-pound test gamma line, strong line. There's another bite. You let go of it. Come on, fish, see if we can shake him back into biting here. Yeah, that one left. Fishing along this area here on a lot of heavy boulders and stuff. Lake's got tons of cover. You don't run out of targets on New Hogan. fish never get real deep until winter time. Coming up here on a nice point, we should be able to get a fish up here. Another giant. We're on top of a hump now. It's about 16 feet deep up the river arm of the lake. Still throwing the trick worm. See if we can get a big one out here. There's one down that tree. Another little one. That one's on that Pro Gold red flake. And that's a smallmouth. Come here, you little smallie. Yeah, he ate it. Yeah. Smallmouth. Little. But fun. Gotta get a... I had myself up there. It's a keeper. There's another one out of a tree. 4-pound test. A 14-inch largemouth. A lot of fish in this lake. Everywhere we've been today on the meter, they're all over the place. It's just hard to find the big ones when they won't eat the big bait. We'll keep looking. It's the beauty of fishing. There's a nice smallmouth on a spro. Should have seen the spot that was behind this thing. Sucker had to be pushing 6-7 pounds. This spro I painted black to look like a blackfish. I don't think there's any of those in here, Tony, but they seem to bite this thing all over the place. Let's see if we can get this fish back in. Lying underneath him. Oh, God. Oh, there was a big giant spot again underneath this one. Oh. Looks like they're starting to bite here, Mr. Stoltz. A little new Hogan topwater action. This little largemouth there, 2.5 pounds. With another big giant one underneath him that didn't beat him to the bait. Spro fishing. They came up from up top and came down to get it. Just a little one. Smallmouth. That's a little smallie. Little new Hogan smallie. Those fish that time, Tony, I was drop shotting on some on the bottom, and ones that were suspended up and he shot down and ate it. You could watch the whole thing there on the meter. Let's see if the rest of them will bite. If I can find them here again. They're sitting right on top of a rock covered with shad. There they are. Oh, there's a good one, Tom. Good fish on the spoon. Oh. Oh, get that picture of that. That's a hammer. That's a Hogan hammer there, buddy. Oh. Fish go about 5. Oh yeah, look at that one. Spooking them in Hogan's. Oh boy, I had him just barely hooked too. Nice fish. Let's let this thing go and see if we can get another one. A lot of times, Tony, these smallmouths like to get when the wind's coming across these little shallow points here in Hogan, a lot like Berryessa. I'm just taking a rattling bait, this Yozuri, across here and see if we can stick one. Be there. Oh, there's one. Knew there'd be one on that point. I bet it's a smallie. Yep. Oh, he's a nice long one too. He's over 16 inches. Look at that. Oh, he ate that Yozuri good, man. A Hogan smallie for you. Oh, got him in the eye. That's a good fish, Tone. Let's get back on that point and see if we can get another one. A lot of times they're bunched up. Oh, Yozuri Ghost Bluegill. All right, one more off this point. Oh, right at the boat. Oh, nice small one. Whoa, get him in here. That one's a little bigger. That one probably go a little over 2 there, 2 1/4. Good new Hogan smallmouth. Another one on the Yozuri. We've got 2 off that point there. Perfect place for that wind blowing across for him. Well, he was hooked in there good. Real good. How's that one there, Mr. Stoltz? See if we can get another one. Right here we're fishing a little rock pile I know that's underwater. Using a 3/8 ounce brown and purple jig. Oh, I just hit a rock there. There should be some fish there. Got on a Dobbin 705 rod. This thing is a stud with the jig. Just trying to hop. Oh, there's a swimmer. Oh, there's a fish. Jump. Should be a largemouth. Yeah, there he is. That's a nice chunky Hogan largemouth. Oh yeah, I got him on that jig good. That's about 2 1/2, 2 1/4. Well, I tell you, ever since I went to this heavier 5-power rod, I lose so much less fish. I got to thank Gary for turning me on to this rod, because it's just a brute at sticking these fish. Let's see if we can get another one off this point. All right. This morning we started out, we had a fluke bite. We were using as I said earlier in the film, it was a 733 Dobbins rod. For that, I got that rod put away. Then as the afternoon came, we caught fish on the spook. That's a 733. The fluke was actually on a 763, I'm sorry. But this is a perfect spook rod. It's drop shotting on a 701 extra fast Dobbins rod. We didn't get any good fish on that. We did miss some big hammers today on the Spro. We did catch some. We threw that on a Dobbins 766 flipping stick. Got 17-pound test gamma line on there, copolymer, so it doesn't sink like the fluorocarbon. We caught some nice smallmouth today on the Yozuri. This isn't the perfect rod for it. I use this rod with shaky heads. It's a Dobbins 702, but I don't have any of the crankbaits rods yet, Gary, because they're not out yet, but this one worked fine. It was good for smallmouth and the light bait. We also caught fish on this Bass Patrol jig, brown and purple, the Yamamoto 157 on the back. Some of these fish were eating sculpins. They're eating those more than crawdads. And we threw this on the 705. This is just a stud jig rod, just hammers them. And last thing, we didn't get too much on film because most of the fish were small, but just throwing this Dobbin 703, and this rod is also good with dart heads, shaky heads, Texas rig. Got a little power, and we were throwing a trick worm with a nail weight in it right up on the bank in the grass. The fish were in about 4 or 5 inches of water. We got probably 5 or 6 keepers on those, nothing real big, but sometimes that's the trick. But that's what we used today, and it was a pretty good day. We probably had 14 pounds of fish, and it's always fun fishing at New Hogan's. And I'm Johnny C. with Bassin 1A Guide Service, and I'd love you to come out and fish with me. All the mother-lode lakes are pretty hot right now in the fall time. Besides these shallow lakes like Hogan's, it's a good spoon bite at Maloney's and Don Pedro, and the swim bait bite's going now too. So if you want to come up and fish, give me a call. Have a good one.